Hi, I'm looking at an urban fantasy police procedural series by Ben Aaronovitch, the Rivers of London series, where we follow PC Peter Grant, who is essentially an apprentice wizard, and we follow his realization that there is a whole other world set in the web and weft of London, modern London. Now, I'm not a massive fan of police procedurals. I'm a massive fan of fantasy, but I'm not a massive fan of police procedurals. I like, police procedural adjacent kind of things, like the late Stieg Larsson's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo books, following Lisbeth Salander. I like, Sherlock Holmes. I like Poirot, the Falco books by Lindsay Davis, the ancient Roman detective. I even enjoy some of the X-Files books. That had quite a seminal effect on my growing up. So I'm not a natural police procedural enjoyer. But I have to say that the police procedurals in this are absolutely fantastic. I mean, just because it's so the web and weft of the mythos that Ben Aaronovitch creates, it just lifts these police procedurals from just, following a crime to finding a whole. It's as much about the discovery of the world that lies underneath London. We meet in these books gods and goddesses, the fae folk, the folk of the demimonde, vampiric creatures, wizards, witches, werefoxes. We meet creatures that were born in the night by not particularly pleasant wizards, and all of this through the eyes of PC Peter Grant, who is just a fantastic character. We follow his understanding of a completely new world and his apprenticeship as a wizard under the tutelage of his boss, Nightingale, within the Folly, which is a work of art in itself. It's a part of the Metropolitan Police that deals with the supernatural. And we follow these characters and many others who become part of that sort of Folly family through investigations where we travel through the character of London, all of its grime, all of its English folkloric horror trappings. We find ghosts in the underground, people living, in the very cracks of society who are afraid for their lives because of what the supernatural could do to them. And Ben Aaronovitch, he perfectly melds the two worlds, the worlds of the police procedural and the world of the English folkloric fantasy together. We go out into the home counties and meet creatures, unicorns, and we find real world consequences to this mix, this combination of these worlds colliding, where there is real risk to the protagonists, real risk to people if they fall into these cracks. And we reach London where most people aren't even aware of this is all going on. PC Peter Grant, he is a brilliant character. He is clever, insightful, logical. He pretty much is as cool as a cucumber when he enters this world. And that might be something that maybe some readers might find a little odd, that you find this world exists and he is so chilled. But then all these books have a certain jazz riff running through them because it's linked to his own family. His dad is a sort of a slightly thread-worn jazz legend. And so jazz is an important part of this world, and you feel that rhythm as the books flow, and we feel the flow of the rivers, because these are so important in these books. I won't give away how they connect to the story, but this is a complete mythology I did not know, and it's exciting to learn about the politics of the mythological world which underlies this modern London that Ben Aaronovitch created. the relationships are fantastic. You know, the apprentice with the wizard, the romances which occur often with supernatural beings, the love that's there in the folly, a second family for Peter Grant, with a stern wizard as her father, Molly, who sort of, we don't quite know what Molly is. She's the housekeeper. She's been there for quite a while. She's a very interesting character, something very dark about her. And all these other people who come in as part of a police procedural who understand the world that exists and act within it. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's one of the few police procedurals I've gone back and back and back to. You know, as I said, I like police procedural adjacent stuff, and this is just that. It's, you know, like the X-Files books, the X-Files TV series. I know it's the FBI, but, you know, it's kind of, they're not really the FBI. They're always up against the FBI. And this has the same kind of feeling as that. If you like the X-Files, this is definitely a set of books, a series of books you would absolutely love. The police procedurals allow you to walk the streets of London and see the mythology there, but also the everyday grime and grit and, you know, and the home county sort of dullness and dreariness. I grew up sort of just on the outskirts of the home county, or within London, but, you know, sort of home counties kind of London. And I know how that feels, you know, the days when Sundays were very, very long. And it just lifts that to a new level because it's so well described and so enjoyable and fun. The pace is excellent. You know, you just watch and enjoy the clues coming up, the crimes being solved. This is a particular character, the faceless man, who will haunt you. He is so horrible, and his aim for power has such repercussions within this world that you just can't beat it. There are a couple of novellas as well, you know, one set in Germany, one set in America, which are well worth seeking out, and, you know, as good as the PC Grant books. There's a new book coming out soon, which I'm really looking forward to. So are these worth your time? Absolutely. The mythology is fantastic. This whole English folkloric world I absolutely loved. And the way it's drip fed to you, you know, like the clues are drip fed to you in a good crime, a criminal investigation. They are just fantastic. They leave you wanting to know more and more. PC Grant's world is fantastic. His home life, his romances, his relationships, his relationships with the other characters in the folly, and you just want to find out more and more about them. They are fascinating. And the crimes, you know, the crime solving is satisfying. It is well plotted out and enjoyable. So yeah, get these books, enjoy them, and you will not regret it. So please do like, subscribe, comment, tell me if you think that these books are any good, and if there's any others of this particular genre, the urban fantasy police procedural genre, which was new to me and was well worth seeking out. And do let me know what you think, and please ding-a-ling the notifications bell, and please do support your local library and support your local bookshop. Do have a good day.